everybody, welcome to another week of Pilates plus physio. You're going to need your yoga brick. If you haven't got a brick, then a nice big fat book or something will do instead. And we're going to do a stretch with the stretchy elastic band. So if you haven't got an elastic band, then an old tie or belt will do just as well. Okay, so let's go. So starting off standing up, feet pointing to the front, knees just nice and relaxed. Try and lengthen up through the hips a bit. Open out the shoulders, gently tuck in the chin. Imagine that balloon coming from the back of your head, just gently taking the back of your head towards the roof. Start off rolling your shoulders going backwards. So just shrugging right up all the way around, back and down. Nice and smooth. Just watch you're not gripping through your legs at all, not clenching your bottom. Just really get the shoulder blades moving over the ribs at the back there. Lovely. Keep the shoulders down, little fingers on the side seam of your trousers, thumbs pointing up, and just float the arms out to the side, just going to about shoulder height to start with, and coming back down again. And again, floating your arms up and coming down. So even weight going through the feet. Imagine a couple of those helium balloons now tied to your thumbs. So just taking the arms up and slowly down. And again, arms coming up and down. Maybe next time, if you can, going right the way up above your head and all the way down. Sore shoulders, just go as far as you feel happy. So if you've got pain in your shoulder and it pinches when you get to a certain point, then just stop at that point. And just a couple more of those. And coming down. And going one more. Great, okay, lovely. We're going to do a little bit of balancing, so if your balance isn't great, maybe stand near something to put a finger on. This time we're just going to stand on one leg and just do anything you like. Move your arms around, bend and straighten the knee. You could turn your head right, turn your head left. You could take yourself over to the side. You could go the other way. You could go down and touch the floor if you're feeling clever. You could reach up towards the ceiling. You could take the arms sideways. You could do a bit of a side bend. Good. Maybe swap legs. So same thing on the other leg. So stand on the one foot, really feel the bottom of your foot on the floor. You could just do something like taking an arm up, other one up, maybe turn your head, do some crazy things with your arms and legs, just moving around as much as you can. You could think about swimming, you could think about diving, picking something off the floor and back up. Doing the twist, anything you like, just staying on the one leg, trying to stay in front of the phone. Good, okay, remember balance really, really important, so just practice your balancing as much as you can. There we go. Another little bit of balancing, imagine you're standing in the middle of a clock. Try and make the clock as big as you can, and just step up onto the 12. Stand on one leg. Step back onto the 6. Stand on one leg. Maybe step out onto your 3. And onto the 9. Onto the 10. Maybe across onto the 2. Back onto the 7. Cross onto the 5. And back into the middle. Good, good, great, okay. And then stand next to the wall. Bend your inside knee up. So put your knee on the wall. You want the front of the hip fairly straight. So the leg is down to the floor and you just pick the foot up. Push your knee into the wall hard. If you can, take your arms above your head. Just count to 10 slowly. So just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Turn round, face the other way. Inside knee on the wall. Stand nice and tall. Nice long side of the waist. Arms up again if you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant. One more on each side. So this should be working side of the buttock, side of the thigh on both legs. So think of a grape between your knee and the wall. You're pushing into that hard. Should feel it in here. Arms up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once more the other way. Inside knee on the wall, standing tall. Balloon on the back of your head. Arms reaching to the roof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Okay. Then lie yourself down on your mat. So you're lying on your back. You can pop your head onto a little thin pillow or a book, especially if you're a bit stiff through your upper back and neck. Sometimes better just to get the head slightly up. And gently tuck in the chin so you're looking at the ceiling slightly in front of you. Just think of your body sort of melting down into the mat. So you're just really letting everything go. Remember, in this type of exercise, you're trying to switch muscles off before you start switching them on again. A bit like when your computer goes on the blink. Best thing to do, switch it off, switch it on again, and often things sort themselves out. So same thing with sort of muscle timing. Switch everything off and then get things switching on in the right order. So you've got your knees bent, feet down flat, legs sort of parallel. Should be a little bit of a hollow through your lower back. And just think of just gentle breathing down into the tummy. So you could either put your hand on your upper tummy, just underneath the ribs. Gently breathe into your hand. So not massive breaths, you're not forcing the air out or forcing it in. You're just feeling where the breath is going. You're trying to get it down into the bottom of the lungs there. Just let your body sort of sink down into the floor a little bit. Good, okay. Take both arms up towards the ceiling. Feel the back of your shoulders on the mat. Just feel which bits of you are actually touching the floor. Keep all that the same. Take one arm back over the top of your head. You're thinking of really reaching towards the wall behind you rather than to the floor. So don't worry if you're not getting to the floor. You're just going in that direction. Nice and smooth. So as the arm goes back, your ribs don't pop up. That little bit of a hollow through your lower back stays exactly the same. Nice one just for getting that full movement through the shoulder. A little bit of gravity helping it to get right back as far as it should go. And then maybe both arms going back together. You should feel something going on through your lower tummy, especially when you've got both arms going back. Just think of your tummy dropping in away from the waistband of your trousers, as long as you haven't got the waistband right up around your ribs. So your tummy gently drops in as the arms go back. And then just keep that dropped in feeling as you bring the arms back up. Lovely. Okay. Kind of remember that. Pop your fingers over your hip bones. So find your hip bones. They should be sticking up towards the ceiling, one each side. Little pointy bits of bone. So think of having a marble sitting in the middle of your lower tummy, or a snooker triangle on your tummy. You've got the one ball in the middle of that. Think about keeping that completely still. Slide one leg down the mat. So you're pressing out through the bottom of your foot. And you're coming back up again. So the marble stays balanced in the middle of your tummy. Other leg, toes up towards you, press out through the bottom of your foot. So alternate legs. Think about the back of the pelvis. The sort of pressure between the back of your pelvis and the floor is staying exactly the same. Just normal breathing. Okay, let's add the arms. So both arms towards the ceiling. Same arm and leg. So right arm going back, slide the right leg down the mat. Left arm down beside you. Left arm and left leg. So you could also think of if you had a sort of laser beam or something coming from your belly button pointing up onto the roof. That's staying completely still. It's not rocking from side to side as you move. Same arm and leg. Next time let's do diagonal arm and leg. So right arm going back, left leg sliding down the mat. Left arm going back, right leg sliding down the mat. Right arm going back, left leg down the mat. Left arm back, right leg down the mat. Toes up towards you, press out through the bottom of your foot. Both arms back and one leg down the mat. Both arms back and the other leg down the mat. Both arms back, one leg down. Both arms back and the other leg down. Maybe one arm going back, one arm going sideways, one leg down the mat. So one arm back, one arm out to the side. A bit like the policeman at the stop sign. One arm up, one arm sideways, one leg down the mat. One arm back, one arm out to the side. One more of those, one arm back, one arm out to the side. Great, good. Pop your arms down beside you. And then maybe just find your hip bones again and come down a couple of inches, sort of knicker leg line. Pop your fingers there, that's where the actual hip joint is, okay? Still got your little bit of a hollow through your lower back and just gonna fold one leg up. So you're bending right where your finger is. So the leg is floating up and going down, and you're going on the other side, floating the other leg up and coming down. So alternate legs, so the angle of the knee stays at about the same. So it's the hip bending, lower back staying in that neutral position. So as you bring the leg up, your back isn't automatically bending at the same time. So you could stick with that, especially if your back's painful, maybe stick with that. Those wanting to make it harder, you could float one leg up, second leg coming up to meet it, first leg down, second leg down. So keep it really smooth. Next time lift the other leg off first. So one leg up, second leg up, first leg down, second leg down. You might just want to slightly flatten your back into the mat as you bring that second leg off. So that's the leg that's the sort of hard work bit. Second leg coming off, keeping your back in that neutral position. So one leg off, second leg up, first leg down, second leg down. Other leg off first. One up, second one up, first one down, second one down, one up, bring the other one up to meet it. Maybe cross your ankles, hold onto the knees, a little bit of gentle knee rocking. So just rocking your knees towards your chest, just to release through your lower back a little bit. That's good, great. Okay, pop your feet back down on the mat. Hands underneath your head, elbows right back and wide. We're doing a little curl up, so gently tuck in the chin, engage your pelvic floor muscles. Curl your head and shoulders up, so to look down over the top of the knees. And release back down again. So just watch you're not gripping like mad behind your knees. Chin tucking in, curl up. Think of sliding your ribs down your front. Remember, when you're doing any fairly strong abdominal work, you want to get the pelvic floor muscles drawing up and in. Elbows staying back and wide. Just using your hands to take a little bit of the weight of your head. Remember, your head's quite heavy. So gentle chin nod, curl your head and shoulders up, slide the ribs down the front, and release back down. And again, tuck in the chin, curl up, and release down. Could add in, as you curl the head and shoulders up, straighten out one leg, and release down. So knees staying together, or sort of level with each other, foot going up towards the ceiling. Little chin nod, curl the head and shoulders up, and release down. And again, tuck in the chin, curl up, and release down. And again, little chin nod and curl up. Lovely. Rest your head down, let the neck release, just gently roll your head from one side to the other. Great, now you want to turn over onto your side. So you're lying on your side, underneath arm right up above your head if you can. If your arm won't go up there, you could pop your head onto your brick or your pillow and have your arm in front. Otherwise, arm out to the side, up above. Trying to get a straight line. Arm, head, shoulders, bottom, and just very slightly in front with your feet. Imagine sort of sliding a matchbox, small matchbox, between your waist and the floor. So you're just gently keeping that engaged. Side leg lift, point the toes, float the top leg up. Foot up towards you, press out through the bottom of your foot. And again, point the toes, top leg up, foot up, press out through the bottom of your foot. So side of the buttock, side of the thigh again, doing the work. Top hand nice and light. So all those deep core muscles are just working gently to balance you on your side. So you could stick with the lift and lower, or you could progress it a little bit, lift the leg up, maybe take it in a couple of circles going forwards. Couple of circles going backwards. Obviously the bigger you make the circle, the more you have to sort of work on that balance. So try not to press through your hand if you're circling. You know, just have the hand very lightly. Think of having your hand on a nice squishy hot cross bun or something. You could rest down between each couple of circles, or you can keep the leg up and keep going. Remember to breathe. So gentle breathing in and out. Again, not forcing the air in and out. So working the same muscles as we did when we were doing the pressing the knee into the side of the wall. That's good, great. Okay, rest that leg down and turn over onto the other side. So now you have to look at the back of me, sorry about that. Don't think that leg can do another whole set of that. So underneath arm up above your head, nice straight line all the way down, top hand nice and relaxed. Remember, big gap between your shoulder and your ear, so watch the shoulder muscles aren't trying to join in. Point the toes, float the top leg up, foot up towards you, press out through the heel. And again, point the toes, top leg up, foot up, pressing out through the heel. Point the toes, top leg up, foot up, press out through the heel. Great, so you could stick with that, or top leg up, little circles, maybe going backwards this time to start with. Couple of circles backwards, couple of circles going forwards, and then rest down, or keep the leg up, keep circling going forward, and going back. My circles aren't very round, I'm a bit too close to the cupboard here. Remember, stop, have a rest when you need to. There's no point in keep carrying on, and then everything just starts to tighten up. You can just stick with the lift and the lower, those who want to. Fantastic. Great. Okay. And then turn over onto hands and knees. So you want your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. You might have to come this way a little bit. So you're pressing into the floor, chin tucking in, you've got that little bit of a hollow in your lower back. Just gently draw your tummy up away from the mat. We're doing threading the needle. So back of one hand on the floor, slide it underneath the other arm, ear going down towards the mat. This is when you can really see what's on the floor, and coming back again. So keep your bottom sticking up towards the ceiling. Swap hands. So you've got to bend the elbow of the hand you're leaning on, slide the arm right through, ear down towards the flat floor. Try not to collapse into a heap on the mat. It's a nice one, just gets that twist through your upper back. So lovely one if you're at the computer a lot of the time. You're doing a lot of sitting, not getting out and doing quite as much walking as you maybe once did with this lockdown. So sliding the arm through, right the way through, ear down towards the floor. And coming back. And going on the other side. Sliding all the way through. And coming back. And just one more on the other side. And coming back. Good. And then just maybe take your bottom right back to your heels, arms all the way out in front, curl your head right down. If your knees don't like this, don't do it. Maybe curl on your side, bring your knees up to your chest. And then shuffle your fingers over to the right. Couple of breaths into the left side of your ribs. Shuffle your fingers over to the left. Breathe into the right side of your ribs. Fantastic. Okay, and then maybe pop down onto your tummy. So this time, forehead on the mat, legs out straight. If your nose gets in the way, pop your head onto that little thin book or little cushion you've got. Chin tucked right in, arms down beside you, legs out straight. We're doing the dart, sort of more of a classic Pilates type exercise. So reach your hands to your feet, open through the front of the shoulders, squeeze your bottom, press your inner thighs together, press the heels together. Tummy gently drawing up away from the floor. So just hold there and release down. So reach your hands to your feet, open the front of the shoulders, bottom, inner thighs, heels. So your forehead should just float off the mat. You're not really thinking about lifting it. It's just floating up. Hold when you're there. And release down. This is another good one if you're getting a little bit round-shouldered, a little bit hunched. You're just trying to get those muscles engaging round the back of the shoulder blades, upper back. So you're reaching down, front of the shoulders away from the floor, bottom inner thighs, heels, holding there. And releasing down. And maybe going one more. Great. Come up onto hands and knees again. Bottom all the way back to your heels. Just give things a gentle stretch the other way. Great. And then turn back onto your back. Maybe grab your band or your tie or your belt. Just going to do a hamstring stretch. So band underneath your foot, leg up towards the roof, slide the other leg down flat. If you can, get your elbows on the floor, toes up towards you. Remember, don't do this stretch if you've got sciatic pain. So if you've got pain going down the back of your leg, coming from your back, I wouldn't do the stretch and hold it. You could come up into the stretch and come off it and come onto it again, which is more of a nerve moving exercise. Otherwise, just up and hold. Should still have got that little bit of a hollow through your lower back. So just watch you're not pulling your legs so far up that your back then flattens down into the floor. So keep that little bit of a hollow in your back. Remember, when you stretch, you want to hold it for at least 30 seconds to actually start doing any good. Quite a long time, 30 seconds. Okay, swap legs. Swap the band onto the other leg. So band underneath your foot, maybe slide the one you've just stretched all the way down. Toes up towards you, give you a bit more calf stretch. Leg all the way up. Could slightly change the angle of stretch by just turning your foot out a little bit. And then turning your foot in a little bit. And then coming back into the middle. Could take a breath in as you exhale. See if you can move a little bit further into that stretch. Great, okay, pop that down. Pop the band to one side, grab your yoga brick or your book. Just do the block exercise, so knees bent, press into your feet, curl your bottom up, slide the block underneath your bottom. Should be a nice flat place to put it, so it's not going up under your back. If you have it too low down, you just kind of squish into it, so there should be a nice flat bony place to put it. Legs down one at a time. Let your feet flop. Fingers linked, palms to the roof, arms back over the top of your head. Alexa butting in. So just gentle breathing into the tummy. Remember, you can do this more than once if you want to. Go through it all again. Remember, you always do it in the same order. You do lying on the brick first, then you follow it with rocking the knees, then you do the reverse curls or the legs passing. Great exercise to do if you've been overdoing the gardening, doing lots of bending, lots of digging, lots of weeding. Just want to stretch things back the other way a little bit. That's good. Bring the arms down, slide the legs up. So slide one leg in, slide in the other one. Press into your feet, ease your bottom off the brick out, bottom down. Gather up the legs, maybe cross the other leg in front this time. So if you're normally a right over leg crossing person, cross the left over the right. Hang on to your knees, gentle rocking. You're not trying to pull your knees to your chest or anything like that. You're just rocking. Think of a nice rhythm. Get a nice rhythm going. Think of that rhythm of when you're pushing a pram back and forward, trying to get the baby to sleep. That kind of rhythm, that's what the body likes. Just nice and gentle. Just getting those muscles to release and let go a bit, especially if your back's really stiff. Great one to do. Fantastic. Pop your hands underneath your head, or if you tend to pull on your head and neck, put your hands over your forehead. We're either doing a reverse curl, knees to your chest and down slowly. So you're curling up. Keep your head on the ground. Think of peeling your back away from the floor. If you don't like that one, uncross your legs, press your lower back down into the mat. Touch one heel down as that one's coming up, the other one's going down. So passing the legs in midair. Tummy pulled in. Or curl your knees to your chest. Lower tummy. That's good. Okay, hang on to the knees again, maybe take them in a little bit of a circle going around one way. And then a circle going around the other way. And then either turn onto your side, come up to sitting or hold behind the thigh, tuck in the chin, gently roll up. Just do an inner thigh stretch. Some of you might be better sitting up on your brick or your book, especially if you're a bit stiff through your back or your hips. So getting your bottom right up on the brick. Soles of the feet together. Sit nice and tall. Big gap between your ears and your shoulders. Let the knees just drop. Inner thigh stretch. Lovely. Okay, let that release. Come up into standing slowly. Get rid of the block. We'll just do a few roll downs just to finish off. So standing nice and tall, even weight through your feet, chin on your chest, draw in your tummy, roll down as if you were going to touch your toes. So let your head dangle, let the arms dangle, just go down as far as you're happy, draw in the tummy again and fall back up. So you're thinking of stacking your vertebrae one at a time as you come back up. Chin down onto your chest, roll down. So let the knees bend forward a little bit as you go down. So you're just not locking them back and the hamstring sort of length is restricting you. And fall all the way back up, head coming up last. Let's go one more of those, rolling right the way down. All the way down. And coming back up. Gently slide your shoulders up and let them drop. And again, slide up and let them release. Well done, you've done it. Thanks very much. Bye.